Da-da.
Ta-da!
And we're back. Finally, after so long in the sea, we are back. The Grand Line Tourist podcast. We're working. We're doing it. How are you doing, Jacob? You doing okay?
I'm doing good. It's a nice night. It's a little chilly outside. Nothing like bundling up with your favorite podcast partner through the blanket of the internet. I kept that metaphor alive. It was not meant to live, but it does.
It does live. I like it. And in this internet blanket, well, I got to explain who we are. So we are the Grand Line Tourist podcast, a chapter by chapter examining or re-examining, depending on if you're an Eric or a Jacob. We'll make t-shirts pending. Of Ichiro Oda's One Piece manga. Again, I am your tour guide, Eric Vu, coming at you live. Well, live as it's... I'm not... You know what I mean. You're listening to this right now, so it's live for all you know.
Exactly. Yeah, maybe you're, streaming, you're listening of this podcast, therefore making it very live,
Yeah, can you...
I would encourage anyone to do that. If you want to Instagram live, you're listening to our podcast,
Stream
as long as you don't make tons of money off of it.
Wow, that's too many layers. The world has been wacky.
Too many layers.
Before we get any wackier, the wackiest person needs to join the conversation. We already joined. But Jacob, let us know who you are.
I am your tourist, Jacob Jarecki, and I am, I'm here for the ride. I'm reading One Piece for the first time, thanks to Eric over there, and I'm just having a blast. Glad to be here. Just happy to be nominated.
Blasted. All right, let's just kind of get into it. We're already here. It's happening. We're at the beginning of Act 3 of this arc. All right, so let's talk about Chapter 29, Uphill Battle.
Oh.
Yeah, I added a little thing. Can you tell I just watched The Last Duel? Because they were French in that movie.
I can. It all makes so much more sense now that you said that. It didn't make sense a second ago, but now it does.
Now it does. All right, let's go for it. We open on Usopp defending the hill by himself, perplexed about how he's the first one there, obviously. What's his name? Django recognizes him, and Django's like, wow, I guess it's this loser. He's trying to try and bluff his way through this fight. He does his whole, like, I got a million dudes in the back. Well, you know what? Django believed him. Django believed him for a split second. But all his little henchmen pirates are like, that's impossible.
No, it's funny. The henchmen, they got the brains, apparently.
Right. They're the ones who are like, nah, dude, that can't be true. During this time, even though he's been discovered, the pirates actually, because Nami and them left their ships over there, the pirates have discovered that there's a ton of money in these ships, which is what Nami was worried about. And Usopp was like, oh, there's money over there? Oh, you guys can keep that money and don't attack my village.
What a bargaining chip.
Right? And then now Django's like, we're going to keep the money and we're still going to attack the village. Why would we not do that stuff, you dumb? Well, Django tries to hypnotize Usopp in this moment. And right at that moment, Nami arrives, smacks him straight in the head. 2, 3. Allowing Usopp to actually dodge the hypnosis, I guess. He's really far away from Usopp, though. You know what I mean? Like, Django is...
Oh, no. I think it interrupts the head. You get that knock. Otherwise, Nami's a jerk, so we gotta assume that.
That's true. That is true. Anyways, we kind of keep going. Django tells them to charge. They start charging up, and then Usopp, figuring out that he has some MacGuffins in the shape of caltrops in his bag, says, I got caltrops. Caltrops?
I would say it's trops. If it's traps, then that's like the word spread horrible because it's got an O there, so it's got to be caltrops.
So yeah, caltrops. He throws them down, which is if you don't know what those are, it's just the little spiky things that ninjas throw out.
That's a shuriken. Is the spike?
Oh no, that's what that is. But ninjas throw caltrops too. Yeah, caltrops.
They do?
Sometimes.
I didn't know ninjas did it. Yeah. Of that shape, they got like the weird little like tripod prong thing.
Yes, with the making sure one sticky thing pops up. Yeah, they definitely do.
No, nice. I actually thought it was more of a Last Duel thing. I thought it was more like they actually have bigger caltrops that are used for like defending against horses that like
that
you lay
makes
out.
sense.
And, like,
I feel so bad for horses now. Holy cow!
Oh yeah. Oh man.
And they're so
Humans
heavy.
and horses, like we ride on them. We're just like go, and then like there's cow. Oh goodness, nasty.
Oh man. Okay, so we're gonna keep
No,
going.
let's just get ninjas, tiny ones. They're stopping just little pirates from getting up the hills. That's all they're doing.
While this is all happening, I kind of missed a cut. They actually do cut back to Zoro, trying to struggle his way up the mountain, and he does what I think you predicted, and what we may have discussed, which is take out the swords and reverse ski his way up the mountain with his swords. And at the same time, we get Luffy still very lost, yelling at where is north, where is north, and where is north. Both Zolo and Luffy are upset at the prospective people who got them into the situation that they're in.
Yes.
Zolo more than Luffy, because Luffy's just mad that Usopp didn't tell him where North was. Whereas Nami did physically push Zolo down.
Yeah, it's a little more direct, right?
Yes.
Actually, Nami's she's kind of been mean to two people lately. Like, she whacks Usopp on the head. She's pulling Zoro down the oily slope.
Yes,
she's
great.
really a look out for myself kind of gal, isn't she?
Oh my god, yes, Nami.
Even though she hit someone right. Yeah.
We cut back. Usopp's nailing people with his slingshot as they're trying to take caltrops off their feet. Nami's like, I'm gonna take a break, only to turn around and discover that somehow they have spread out caltrops behind them also, which is a little funny. But this is kind of where the fight goes really bad for these two, because at this point the pirates, there's just too many of them. They overrun Usopp, and then Usopp gets nailed in the back of the head with a huge stone mallet. Nails him, and he's going, but Usopp, even injured, is pulling him, starting to pull the guy down and trying to stop him. And he says his really cool line of my last tall tale is going to be a true one. And he's fighting, and I think that statement's what inspires Nami to kind of help fight him back. So Nami nails a guy who almost stabs Usopp, but in response to that, another pirate knocks Nami on her butt, and it looks really bad. But Django kind of yells from the back, you guys don't mess around with these two. Don't waste your time killing them. You guys were going to be late, so keep going, because Captain Crow's going to kill us if you guys are late. And they try to keep going up the hill. Usopp tries to stop him as much as he can. He tries to stop him, and we don't think it's going to work. And right at the end of this chapter, out of nowhere, Luffy and Zolo show up, knocking every pirate back down that hill. An uphill battle if I've ever seen one.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
No, and this is a very action-packed, little chapter we have here,
Mm-hmm. It really is. So let's just kind of jump into the discussion points. Let's have a conversation.
It's funny. You actually really covered a thing I wanted to bring up, which was caltrops. Just because I thought it was such a. I was thinking originally of that medieval aspect of it. I just learned that ninjas use them as well, and I just thought you're right. You called it a MacGuffin. It is one of our more, I think, obvious. This is kind of padding the chapter a little bit. It felt like it wasn't. It doesn't really speak to we've dissected some manga fights before, and this is more your fun and games. This is. Oh, Nami threw some behind us too. Oh, gee, shucks.
Right? And that felt the most I guess we're gonna keep.
Especially since Nami's
here.
kind of usually a smart character. It was leaning a little bit towards potentially out of character, out of place, but not so much. In the fun and games, that's totally fine.
I like how you put it as a little padding, which is what I get it, because it's probably around the time where they're you need to stretch this out just a little bit longer.
Yeah, well, when I say padding, I'm not really sure. For me, I almost mean padding from the perspective of not being as dense or as important as what I usually expect from a One Piece chapter, but. It's not I wouldn't expect Oda to enjoy doing that. You know what I mean?
Right.
He just might really like caltrops and decided I'm definitely gonna I have space. I'm gonna put him in there, right? I don't know, not necessarily padding in that you had to get an extra panel or two in there, but maybe it could have been that too. But I just meant more from not as awesome as other moments in other fights, really.
I would say, and then because we're already kind of talking about it, I think the best thing that at least I thought was really cool was this moment that Usopp got to have, and I put this section as Usopp the Sea Warrior. I actually thought he got to be a little bit of a Sea Warrior in this chapter, because he it didn't hit me the same way, but again, rereading it at this pacing, I get to see like
it hit Usopp the same way.
Oh my goodness, dude. Okay, first off, it is hyper. He is like bleeding. He should be concussed because that guy hit him with the stone like axe or hammer thing, in the back of the head. That poor guy. But I thought he looked pretty cool here, like begging and
the panel. I mean, Usopp looked amazing. Like this is how you, if he was to die, this is how you want to go out with being drawn like that, right? Like I'm like, yeah. Usopp.
I love what he says. I love that he says the whole, if I'll never let you pass. I'm reading the thing now. My last tale will be a true one. Like I think.
And wait, there's another line there too, isn't there? I feel like you haven't said my favorite line, which is the other line.
Oh, is that this will be another boring day for my village?
Yeah, I mean, okay. Yeah. I love it for. I mean, the other line is maybe the more, it's good for his character, kind of like it's more, but another boring day for my village as the thing to fight for is just such a lovely. Oda does a lot. He basically brings out, I think, kind of beautiful ways of thinking about the world a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Like what is better than another boring day in a village? For
my village,
what we all want in life, really, right? Mm-hmm. Like maybe we all say we want excitement, but like in the realm of this safety and this kind harmony, and I think it's we have Usopp fighting for that, and then like coming out with these epic lines after it. It's just awesome. Yeah. So I definitely had that highlighted, and I was like, oh, we got to say it.
And I was looking at this page right now, and this is coming after the guy with the giant stone mallet knocks him in the head, and Usopp with his body on the ground is like pulling the guy back. Like it's really touching. Like he's like, I can't let you do this. You can't do this. Which is why I think it's really cool that as we feel like he's having an arc in this exchange here, and and it feels like the end of it, and the last part where he's screaming like, "Please stop! Don't massacre my people." We get just a cool next panel, which is just the pirates flying back behind him. And then we get that really awesome shot of Luffy and Zoro at the top.
No, the one where the people flying behind him is just kind of neat because it's very surreal. Because like you don't know yet what's happened. It's got a page turn before you see what's going on. But you're like, wait, how did Usopp do that?
Yeah.
And then okay, here we go. Yeah,
then our idiots show up, screaming about completely different things, right? Like Zolo shows up yelling at Nami, "You left me in that muck," and then we have the greatest line, which is, "Darn you, Usopp! Why didn't you tell me which way north was?"
It's pretty great.
It's what's happening now. I feel so bad for Django and the pirates. Like I don't understand what's happening.
They're like, we have shown up in the middle of a fight with combatants that are quarreling amongst themselves and at the same time defeating us. This is not feeling great.
Yeah, this feels like a dum-dum. That's pretty much all I really have in this chapter because I feel like
I'm going to be honest. Yeah, we kind of, I mean, in this case, the itinerary covers most of what's going on. I think the big moments are with Usopp, and we already brought those out. You did mention one of the ha-has that I already had, so if you don't mind me getting into the OP Got Jokes section, I'm going to slide right in there.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's slide.
Slip
and slide down the mountain with Zolo.
Yeah, slide down the mountain with Zolo. Why didn't you tell me which way north was? It's just such an interesting phrase. Like, why didn't you tell me which way the direction that you just told me was? It's like, it's just a little bit silly. Like, and it goes back to Luffy being just deficient in so many basic skills.
So I have to say, this is actually just to kind of reinforce your joke. Did you happen to read the SPS corner this chapter?
I did. Which part? I'm sure.
I just laughed at the very first question is, why is Luffy always so calm? And Oda answers, probably because he's so stupid.
Oh yeah. No, I mean it's nice that like Oda knows his characters.
Yeah.
It's not like he has some secret ambition that Luffy's a smart dude that he's gonna grow. Not yet, anyway. Like he's quite the fool.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I love that. I also have. What do I have? Oh, I said it earlier, but I do like Django believing Usopp for just a hot second. Where he's like, 1,000,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. Django's an idiot too. Like, come on.
Another moment with Zoro that I got here is like when it's just cool. Like we have our most action macho character, right? And his nemesis is the hill, and he like tells himself, it's just an oily hill. It's just an oily hill. And then he goes for it, right? And this feels like the moment where your character should be like, this is like he has a broken leg, or, he's trying to climb up something that he's just going to grit through, and it's an oily hill.
It's an oily hill.
I guess it's impressive, considering how hard it was for him to get up, that he's able to get up it. But it's also just not impressive. It's just an oily hill.
It's just a fun little thing where, I remembered... I thought that this lasted longer, because usually when animes do weird things, when they remove the protagonist and the strongest fighter, they remove him for a long time. This only took 20 pages for them to show back up, which I thought was funny.
No, I think it's so far. Oda has actually done this a couple times, where someone comes in, gets taken out, he kind of whips his characters around.
Yeah, I think so.
And it all seems very plausible in a fun way. It kind of fits in with the One Piece world. Kind of everything has moment-to-moment consequences, but at the same time, there's a lot of things that can happen that aren't extremely consequential. Like you can have Luffy fall off a hill, right, on his flat in his head. It's all fine.
But perfect.
He'll wake up soon enough.
He'll wake up.
Not gonna take too long.
That's all I got for the ha-has. You got anything else?
No. I think this is just a smooth, oily glide down the beautiful. What's your favorite fried food, Eric?
I just had chicken fingers. So chicken fingers.
It's a beautiful, smooth, oily ride into a delicious chicken finger meal that we're making here. And that meal, now that we're all full in the belly, we're getting into an argument. We're getting a little angry. I'm throwing a chicken finger across the table at you. You're dodging it. You're throwing them back. It's time to take this to the panel battle.
It's a food panel fight.
All right.
I tried my best to make that work.
No. Like I said, I started with a crazy metaphor about a blanket across the internet. So you're dealing with a certain type of Jacob today, and you are dealing with him wonderfully. This is the panel battle where Eric and I discuss our favorite panels that spoke to us the most from the chapter. We put them head to head for both posterity and for bragging rights, and we want you to do the same and encourage you to reach out with any thoughts about your favorite panel for any chapter, especially an upcoming chapter, because then we'll be able to read it aloud along with our own panels. You can do that at grandlinetourist@gmail.com. Do you know who wants to take the first strike today, Eric? Is it you?
I am, because we actually already talked about my panel.
Oh, my goodness, look at this. This will be another boring day for my village. Actually, I read that backwards, didn't I? Left to right. Oh, I did the English thing. No, I'll never let you pass. My last tall tale will be a true one. This will be another boring day for my village. And if we had a wonderful... Oh, man, you know what? I picked this panel. This is the same panel that I picked. This is the day. It happens.
This is it? This is the same one?
This is it. I picked this exact same panel.
That's it. We did it.
There's no battle today. Everyone, it's a peace amongst
it's a day
all
of peace.
Humanity.
It's a day of peace.
No, okay, and that actually leads me to, I was going to say, is this the first time?
This is the first time.
Before? This is the first time? Like,
you and Peter, our listener who wrote
this is a bigger deal. Me and Peter, we just met each other, Me and you, we've been doing this for 30 chapters.
Oh my God, yeah. We're at
we're getting there. We're almost there. And, I was going to say, I think it probably calls even for me to edit in a sound. Maybe
dude,
I'm gonna put in a peace treaty bugle. I don't know. I'll have to think. That's what I'm coming up with right now. You write us into Grandline Tourist Jeep. Like, if you want a different
sound. The animal, the dog? Is that a breed of dog, or is that a beagle?
Oh, that's a beagle.
Now I want a peace treaty.
Is there some
beagle.
Fingered potato chips with that you can put on your fingers? Are those bugles?
Pringles? No.
Oh, no worries. You know what? We're
doing all of those.
We've spoken about the panel. We'll figure it out. But I just we gotta we've already spoke about this panel. This is in the context of this is right after the first time he gets hit on the head, right?
Yeah, this is where he gets actually hit. Yeah, because he's never been.
Yeah, Usopp gets hit.
Well, I mean, he did get shot. Usopp's kind of getting thrown through the ringer in these the last 24 hours here.
No, and just you know what? I'll describe a little bit, and then you hit me with anything I missed. One thing that we didn't mention about this chapter is I think this is where. I don't think it's actually shown, but Usopp puts on glasses somewhere between last chapter and this one. Like, he's got these cool goggles on now.
Yeah, I think maybe his goggles are on by the time he showed up.
Oh, okay. No, but he's got those on.
He already has those on, yeah.
Okay, he's got those on in this panel as well, but they're actually very useful in this panel because he's really bleeding because he just got hit in the back of the head.
I know.
He's got his mouth partially open. He's, blood dripping off the chin, going around his eyes. It really gives him a much different look than his usual character look. You know, he almost has transformed, I'd say. And go ahead and take anything else that I've missed in this one.
Nah, this is Usopp the Sea Warrior, right? Like, that's where I got this segment from.
Usopp the Sea Warrior.
And, like, this is what he deserves a panel like this. He's earned this panel, right? I'm excited to see what other panels he's earned, kind of like for his bravery, because I think this is what battle animes are all about. Like shonen battle mangas. This is what they're all about, dude. It's about moments like this, where your manliness gets to kind of shine through a bit, you know. And this is him fighting for another boring day for his village, which you eloquently like kind of talked about earlier, which is awesome. He's fighting for all his people to have just a nice typical day. They don't even know it even happened.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just a beautiful thing, and it brought me and you together, you know?
Yeah.
Another boring day for the village, but a very exciting day for the Grandline Tourist podcast.
Yeah, we have finally aligned. This isn't the first. I mean, this is the first, but not the last. That's what I meant to say.
No. It could be the last. That would be insane. That would be impressive, but I hope not. I don't think so. I think I think we'll align again. Well, I mean, hey, so far we're like shooting 1 in 29. It's a low percentage.
You know what though? Like we're doing it. We're doing it.
Yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it.
Speaking of shooting, let's make the noises of cow traps hitting the floor. The cow traps hitting the floor. I don't even know what they sound like, so this is gonna.
I feel like they gotta sound like jacks, right? Maybe a little bit.
Small ones, heavier, jacks. Don't you think?
Maybe a little bit. Yeah, I guess so. It gotta be something. Okay, easy. Okay. I mean, we can make the sounds of heavier jacks. I mean,
all right, here we go.
We're professionals.
We are professional. We are professional Foley artists. Here we go.